This week on Brotherhood Outdoors. Neil Rico, a Shotcrete foreman from Laborers Union Local 252, has made the trip from the state of Washington to Chihuahua, Mexico to chase Coues deer. A freak snowstorm throws a wrench in their plans at the start, but it doesn't take them long to lay eyes on some big deer. The United States of America, built on the backs of tireless union laborers, resilient workhorses with an undying dedication to the progress of this great nation. Every day, these hard-working men and women charge forward to fulfill their duty to the land of the free. They punch in before the sun. They punch out with a sweat-soaked brow and a hunger for more. Industrious by character, with resumes measured by the calluses on their hands. Every year, the Union Sportsmen's Alliance selects a handful of deserving union members to take part of their beloved outdoor heritage in the wild places they've only dreamed of. These proud sons and daughters of the Union share a passion for the outdoors, the common purpose that drives the very pulse of America. These are their stories. This is Brotherhood Outdoors.
Opening day here, or first day I guess you could say, here in Chihuahua, Mexico, on this Coues deer hunt. And they said it was supposed to be like highs of 60. Bring suntan lotion, bring goggles because it's gonna be really dusty. It hasn't rained in 3 months and it's complete whiteout. So we've been sitting here at the house, or ranch house anyways, drinking coffee and hopefully start drinking some whiskey here in a minute. This sucks. Hopefully it blows out. They said it's supposed to blow out probably by tomorrow. Hopefully this evening. Let's see what happens. That's how day one's going.
It's early December in Mexico, and Mother Nature's already putting her twist into Neil Rico's Coues deer hunt. Neil is a Shotcrete foreman in the state of Washington for Laborers Union Local 252 and is eager to get his hunt underway.
What's the biggest buck you guys have killed?
Well, our logo buck until this year. Our logo buck's 151 and 4/8. We'd had this buck on trail camera the year before and never saw him, and we knew he was in the 130s the year before, and we set that sight again, and lo and behold, he came back and he put on 20 inches this year. That deer went 152 and 4/8 as an 8-year-old, but the deer's got it all. He's got tine length. He does have some trash. You know, he's basically a 140-inch 3-point frame with trash. He netted 151 and 3/8.
I can't believe how much mass that buck has got.
Yeah, I mean, it's never been heard of as far
The
as
bucks you guys are killing are just unbelievable.
yeah, and we're seeing the benefits of letting those younger deer go.
Yeah, the management you guys got out here is incredible.
Yeah, gotta let them walk, otherwise they'll never have that chance.
After a long day spent indoors, the men awake to clear skies and waste no time getting on the mountain the following morning.
So usually this big basin right here, of course a fire went through it and opened it up. There's quite a bit of oak brush in there that they browse on, and they generally will drift up toward the top of that tree line and bed in the edge of those trees, but they'll be in these open basins first thing in the morning, and they'll come back out in the evening around 3:30, drift back out in them and feed. So they're pretty predictable. So that biggest buck right there is probably in the high 90s. It was just 2-point.
Yeah, it's just a real nice fork on there. There's just deer everywhere on this hill.
Yeah, I've sat here and counted over 50 deer just in this, what we can see right here. That's just a perfect representative deer right there. That's all. That's what most of them are, just typical 3-points. Usually this country doesn't hold that many deer. This ranch is been protected.
We've only been glassing probably, what, 15, 20 minutes? And
Yep.
we've already found 5 bucks.
What a healthy looking deer.
Yeah.
Less than an hour into the hunt, and they've already put glass on multiple bucks feeding on the far mountainside. They've got a week of good weather ahead, and high hopes of what's to come. Brotherhood Outdoors is sponsored by the Union Sportsman's Alliance, an organized approach to conservation. Thorogood, job-fitted footwear for people who still work for a living. Carhartt, outwork them all. And by these founding partners. It's the first actual hunt day in Mexico for Neil Rico, a Shotcrete foreman for Laborers Union Local 252. After losing a hunt day to a freak snowstorm, they're left with snow-covered mountains for as far as they can see. But on the bright side, it's making it easier to pick out the deer.
So, as you've seen yesterday, we come here to Mexico and never thought in a million years you'd get snowed out in Mexico. We were expecting 50, 60 degree weather. We got up here this morning and it's cold, it's calm, it's perfect glassing right now. And these deer are popping out real easy. You got all the snow in the background so that you can really see them. We got 6 bucks on this ridge here. There's 5 on this ridge here. If it keeps going like this, I don't think we're gonna have a problem finding a smasher buck up here somewhere. He's in here somewhere. We'll find him.
About an hour into day 2. Day 1 was really a wash, 20 to 30 mile an hour gust and intermittent snow, and boy, it broke and got cold and heavy frost on top of the snow that's on the ground, and the deer are just popping. So we're looking at a buck right now. It looks to be about a 110 to 111 typical 3-point western count. Got to add that so we don't count browse out here. Just a really solid buck, so we're probably going to move a little closer. He's up on a big old mountain, and this is the best buck we've seen so far this morning. You know, when you hit a Boone and Crockett sized deer, you really can't play around too much.
I'm not very good at judging Coues deer, but my God, this one here's a dandy. Super wide, got long tines. Nice brows on him.
Yeah, he's starting to get closer to my interest right there.
Yeah, let's get my heart pumping.
The remainder of day 2 is spent on the mountain, glassing the group of bucks that has the men's interest. While the temperatures never get out of the 30s, the sun is doing its job, melting the snow on the surrounding mountains. The morning of day 3, the men are up early, and have worked themselves into position to have a shot if the bucks do the same thing they did the day before.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
To the left of that 2-point?
No, that little juniper?
Yeah.
He's right at the base of it. Just behind it.
That real dark green juniper to the left of the 2-point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I see him. I got him. Yeah. Yeah, he's coming out.
So, it's day 3 now. And early this morning, right at daylight, we located this bachelor group of bucks. And we found that buck we've been after. He's up on this hill. Now, that's a big waiting game because he bedded behind this big juniper. He hasn't came out yet, but we're all set up, rifles dialed. We just need him to step out now. He's right at 400, so pretty easy shot. Should be. Everybody's feeding left now.
So that deer right there is standing at about 415, I'm guessing.
There's a doe way to the right. She's looking at something too.
Everything's real good. We got a quartering wind coming from our right. Wind's good. Everything's set on the rifle. Just basically waiting for them to get up and feed out into the opening where we can get him broadside. Yeah, we want him posed just like that 2-point.
Perfect.
All right, Neil, he just got up. He's walking out from behind that juniper. He's moving up toward that other buck by the base of that pine tree. You got him?
I got him.
Okay. Got plenty of time. He's just feeding slow. He'll hang up right by that buck. Let me get one more range for you. Okay, he's at 437. Give it 1.3 mils. Okay, if you're solid, go ahead and chamber it and get on him, and just let's wait for him to move out from that other buck. Okay, give him one more step. All right, Neil, he's in a good spot. Whenever you're ready, man, just touch that trigger really slow. Take your time. Get your breath down. He just basically dirt napped. Killed yourself a really nice buck. Congratulations, Neil.
Thank you, guys.
He died so fast, the rest of them don't know what the hell's happening.
Well, there's my first Coues deer.
Brotherhood Outdoors is sponsored by Smart. Smart's expertise adds best value to every job. Boilermakers, we do your job right the first time. Mika IBEW Powering America team, building our cities, protecting our great outdoors. Veterans in Piping, where sacrifice meets success. It's the third day of the hunt in Mexico for Neil Rico, and after getting set up on a bachelor group of bucks from the day before, he finally got a shot off, and it appears to be a good hit.
Nice. He just basically dirt napped. Killed yourself a really nice buck. Congratulations, Neil.
Thank you, guys.
He died so fast, the rest of them don't know what the hell's happening.
Well, there's my first Coues deer.
After putting what appeared to be a good shot on the buck, he's laid down in the brush with no options for a clean follow-up shot. And after getting their gear and heading up the mountain for the recovery, the men are met with their worst nightmare, the glimpse of a tail as the buck ran over the top. No blood, no hair, nothing. The rest of the day was spent scouring the mountainside in hopes of finding the buck. But after calling in help from another guide, grid searching the mountain, and spending the next 8 hours looking for a sign, they're confident the buck will live to see another day. After getting back to the camp and having a chance to review the footage, Brad's only thoughts are that the bullet was high enough and far enough back to miss the ribs and lungs, poking a hole through the deer with energy enough to stun it, but not mortally wound it.
So, I spent all night last night awake, feeling sick. It was just the most sickening feeling I've had ever. I mean, it's a sleepless night, couldn't sleep at all. After we hit that buck, it dumped him, and it felt like a pretty confident shot. We got up to where we shot him, no drops of blood, nothing. And so we searched the whole area looking for him, and I mean, we couldn't find him. And it's pretty hard to find a buck in that brush, but I mean, we gave it an honest effort looking for that buck. And we've been here since daylight, scanning this whole area looking for possibly him standing there, and we can't turn up anything. Yeah, I spent all night sitting up, tossing, turning, just laying there. That buck's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Sucks.
Day 4 was again spent on the mountain in hopes of laying eyes on the buck they hit the morning before. They've called in the help of another guide and hunter in an effort to glass the hillside from every angle. But after another full day with no success, they're confident the deer is still alive. And on the 5th and final day of the hunt, they lay eyes on another group of bucks.
Right now we're looking at, there's 3 bucks we found on that ridge. Only thing I found was 3 heads poking out of the grass. So we gotta make a long drive, try to get near them, and then maybe put a stalk on them. Look at that though. We're at 8,000 feet right now. Pretty crazy.
He's to the left. There's an old rotten, short, tall pine.
Yeah.
He's behind that, and there's a juniper, a big juniper.
Behind it.
He's right at the base of that. He's just behind that juniper. You can just see his the silhouette of him.
All right, well, let's get you behind this thing, and I'm gonna put it on those does. You know where he's at.
If he comes out to the right of that juniper there, I got him.
487.
487.
1.5. No wind.
We punch in before the sun. We punch out with a sweat-soaked brow and a hunger for more. We will make a difference. We will preserve our outdoor heritage. We will unite the Union community through conservation. We want to be your partner. Join the Union Sportsman's Alliance today and submit an application to appear on Brotherhood Outdoors. This segment of Brotherhood Outdoors is brought to you by Thorogood, the official boot of the Union Sportsman's Alliance. It's the 5th and final day of the hunt, and after laying eyes on another good buck, the men are waiting for a broadside shot. As luck would have it, the buck works his way up the hill and into the next saddle, always either behind brush or walking straight away.
He disappeared. Been bouncing back and forth on these deer on this big mountain for the last 3 days. And now they're going back to where we were at this morning.
It's super hard to find these deer because they're all bedded up underneath these little junipers. So it's like every juniper you gotta find, put the scope on it, see if anything's moving inside the juniper, and then stay on it and figure out, oh, it's a doe.
I'm thinking a lot of these bucks might have curled right up on top over there on that high saddle and rolled off the backside.
Just as the men begin to pack up and start heading back to the camp, they lay eyes on another buck.
Yep, he's stepping out right now. It's another big 2-point, isn't it? Did you say there was 2 bucks? There's a buck and then a doe, and then the bigger buck was in the back. Okay, he's right next to the doe, where the little tree is. There's the big one, right along the fence. See him? Right behind a little tree, Brad, right now. Yeah. The big one's just about to step out. He's going behind. Oh, he's behind it. Okay. Okay, left of it. Just get him on the fence line, I'll stop him. Okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay, let me stop. Yep. We're not going to celebrate just yet.
No, I'm not celebrating. No, I ain't getting off this gun.
I don't think you're going to be able to see him from your angle.
I think that tree's right in my way.
It is. So he's right below the left ear of that little, that juniper.
Oh.
He's right behind it. Well, we're gonna make another trip up that hill.
I'm shaking. Here it is, the last day. I mean, we've got probably, we were actually packing up to head back to camp.
We were getting loud. We were sitting here eating, talking a little bit, kind of thinking about going back and doing some filming around the ranch house. And
The camera guy,
our awesome cameraman said,
Eagle
"Got
Eye.
a good buck." Just up on top, he just came over.
I thought he was messing with me.
And we were just talking earlier about, you know, them deer probably curled around the top of that hill. And I think that's exactly what they did, and they're starting to trickle back in. They love this space.
We were even talking about, like, how cool would that be if they came over that saddle, like, single file.
Yep.
It actually happened.
Congratulations, man.
Woo! Oh my. These things are so crazy to hunt. By far the hardest deer I've ever hunted in my life.
I think they are the toughest whitetail species to hunt.
This is incredible. Thank you,
I
Brad.
appreciate you coming so far away, all the way down here to Chihuahua.
I want to give a big shout out to the Union Sportsman Alliance and everybody that helped put this together. I mean, this is by far one of the coolest trips I've ever been on. And I mean, I'm just a regular blue collar guy. I mean, not some big wig. And big shout out to my local 252 and all my brothers and sisters out there. And if you guys do this, just fill it out, the application online, and you can be in Mexico hunting Coues deer. And I never thought in a million years I'd be out here doing this. Never.